Okay, so tonight, some things that I was going to show you was some of the things that I use in my business with making videos like Screencastify, and there's also another really cool little Google extension called ColorZilla, and you can use that to match any color online. So that way, if you're needing to cover something up, you can do it that way, and it'll match exactly. So nobody will even know that you covered something up or made an edit there. So just a couple little extensions. And then we were going to do compliance. So I didn't see any posts for people asking questions about compliance. Did either of y'all see it and I missed it?
I know. I think that we can come up with, you know, some interesting questions that might come up, or that you just might get on a random basis, and how best to address those with, you know, trying to sound as compliant as possible.
Yeah. So the main thing with compliance is, remember PMS, promote, maintain, and support. So you can always talk about promoting health, maintaining health, supporting your health. So always talking about the health side of things.
Yeah, those are like the three like good words to always throw in whenever you're talking about anything Young Living.
Yeah. But you
I never heard the PMS thing though. That's really good.
Well, yeah, I like that. You remember it.
That helps me. Yeah, promote, maintain, support. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but you never want to talk about anything negative. So don't talk about disease or illness or those kinds of things. So if you always focus on the health, like the positives, and not focus on the negatives, you'll be fine. And so the thing for me that's the hardest with compliance is sharing my story, because so much of my story is wrapped up in our health issues. And so that was hard, but preparing in advance with your story, that is the kicker. If you know in advance what you want to say and you've practiced it, and even if you write it into your script, then you're going to be fine. But it's just, now I have to make sure I'm saying, well, you know, my son struggled with lung health, and so now it's important.
Are you really, like, so for when you tell your own personal story, you're not allowed to say the word asthma?
I'm not allowed to say asthma.
Because you're not saying that the oils cured his asthma. You're not saying that.
I'm not, but if I'm going to talk about oils that support his lung health, then I'm still not allowed to talk about the disease. I'm only allowed to talk about supporting the area that was weak.
So if you had, so if someone, like, if you wanted to say something helped with headaches, can you mention headaches, or you can't?
You're not supposed to say the words, any kind of a medical term, and that's where compliance gets tricky. And if you look on Joyfully Infused, I'll link it to the video when I post this to Facebook. But there's two different videos, one that talks about what you can say, one that talks about what you cannot say, and then Young Living put a document together on compliance, and it walks you through all of the stuff there. So okay. I'll put that when I add this to the Facebook post, and it'll be easy for you to find. But so yeah, that's
we could totally beat around the bush and come up with different wording so that people can, you know. And I mean, if you just say, you know, I have to stay compliant here in our conversation, then they are automatically know, you know, to read between the lines. And
well, and that's what I do. I tell people at the beginning of my class, you know, for FDA compliance, I am not allowed to, treat, diagnose, or prescribe oils, because I'm not a doctor. But I will be sharing with you some ideas on ways to support your body and the areas that you're weak and maintain your health. And so just know, and I tell them, like, just know that if I'm not answering your question directly, it's because of compliance and because I don't want to get in trouble. I want to make sure I'm following the guidelines. And so for that, if somebody asks me a question, like what do you use for headaches, then typically I will say, anytime we have muscle tension or things like that, then I typically use something from the mint family, like a peppermint or a spearmint, and then I just talk about, for us, personal application.
Caitlin, yeah, I'm wondering, because I personally use the ColorZilla pain relief cream for my headaches now. And I love it. But that's an FDA approved over the counter pain relief cream. And it says the word arthritis on there.
Yeah.
So would I be allowed to say I use ColorZilla pain relief cream for my headache?
Absolutely, because that's approved for that.
And see, that's the really exciting thing that just started rolling out at convention last year is we have, is it 2 or 3 over the counter? The cough drops.
The cough drops and the ColorZilla.
Pain relief. So we now have 2 FDA approved. So you can use a testimony about the cough drops and the pain relief cream. And I have a feeling there's going to be more rolling out this summer. And that's really going to help with compliance, I think.
Yeah.
A lot.
It absolutely will. And
I can talk about my ColorZilla pain relief cream for my headaches.
Yeah,
y'all try it too, and then y'all can talk about it because it works.
It does.
I have some of that. I never thought about using.
Yeah, it works really good.
Nice.
So that's the trick with compliance, is just making sure that you're talking about supporting, maintaining, promoting. So yeah, like I said, when somebody asks, how'd you get into this? I said, my son had lung issues. And so we were looking for things that would support his lung health. So I didn't say, oh, well, my son had asthma and he was on 20 medications. And, I didn't say any of those kind of things and even if you say you can use this instead of this medicine, that's not compliant. So you couldn't say, well, instead of using Pepto-Bismol, maybe try Digest, because that is suggesting that it's almost like prescribing it, like you would tell somebody to use that medicine. So, you can say, I say, man, when we have a tummy ache, then I use Digest, but I won't, you gotta
I say like digestive discomfort. Like I'm like anything like digestive discomfort, digest.
Yeah. Anytime you have digestive issues, that's the one. Yeah. So that's definitely, and then I'll talk about, my stomach being in knots when I eat, pasta, or if I have Starbucks, heaven forbid I have Starbucks, but, yeah, so then I'll just say when my stomach is just not quite right, then Digest really helps. So yeah, those, I would say most of the time my story is the first, well, obviously it's how you're opening your class. So that's going to be the first opportunity that you have to set the tone for compliant sharing. So yeah, when you're practicing your story, make sure it has something compliant in it. You got to make sure of that. So that is something else. Anything else that you guys think might trip you up?
One thing I had thought about is, because it happened at an essential oils class that I went to when I was first getting started. Somebody brought up frankincense and cancer. And they were like talking to the girl that was leading the class, and they were like, I heard that frankincense can cure cancer. My grandfather has cancer. Like, I really want, like, should I get him some frankincense?
Oh, wow.
So, and she was like, here's this reference book and you can look it up. And she said, and then she also recommended them go into PubMed.com. Was it PubMed.com? And she said, and there's article after article, and you can research on the studies of frankincense related to cancer. So she didn't say yes or no, but she, you could tell that, yes, there's been some talk of that and some studies on that. So, it kind of prompted the girl asking to go research for herself, which I think is a good thing, because then it's not all on you. The pressure is not all on you to say whether that's true or not.
Right.
So
Yeah, and
that's a big one, though. I mean, a friend just a couple of weeks ago shared that to my Facebook page. The title of the article was "Frankincense Cures Cancer" or something like very similar to that. And I actually had to go delete it off my page because I didn't want to get in trouble for having something very non-compliant on my personal Facebook page. So, and that's another thing too. Like, you don't ever want people seeing that stuff on your Facebook wall or having anything to do with you. Just go ahead and delete it. I mean, I appreciated that she thought of me and wanted to share that with me. I mean, she's a girl on my team actually, but
and there's a whole chapter on compliance in the book.
Yeah.
So she talks about things that you can't do. So you are not supposed to like a post or share a post that's non-compliant. And the reason is, if we are actively promoting Young Living, then and we say something or share something or suggest something that's not compliant, then we could be held liable for it if something goes wrong with someone. So for the cancer example, like if you tell somebody, well, you know, I'm not going to say it, but that is setting yourself up for liability. Well, you said that cancer would, you know, go away if I use this, and I tried it and it didn't work. And then
and we just don't want to put that kind of pressure on ourselves. I mean, good grief. You know, it's so much nicer just to say, hey, there's a great resource reference book. You know, I recommend the Pocket Reference or the Desk Reference. There's that Gentle Babies book, If They Have Kiddos, by Deborah Rayburn. I always point people towards those books, and I have them, and I say, look at them. Let me know if you want to get one, or you can order it yourself, and, you know.
And that's exactly what you should do. So our job as Young Living distributors is to point people to the answer, because we don't want to be the answer for them. Because if that's the case,
we don't want them texting us every day saying, my baby has a cold, what do I do?
Yeah.
They will. They will text you every day.
They will. But you just teach them where to find the answers. And so that's what we've tried to do with Joyfully Infused.
We empower people. Yeah.
And every time we find good, reliable, legitimate information, we add that to the resources on Joyfully Infused. So we've got linked all of those books that we like. We've got the PubMed website is there. What is it? YL Search, isn't it? YL?
Oh yeah, YL Search.
YL Search, which is kind of it's almost like just testimonies, but I don't even know, they're not so compliant either. But and then we've got the blog that's attached, the Young Living blog.
The Young Living blog, and they always stay very compliant on that. Yeah.
And that's written by corporate. So, I mean, we know that their stuff is being triple checked by their lawyers probably before anything even gets posted. But so, yeah, we are trying to point people in the right direction.
And the Mix on Facebook.
The Mix is great.
Facebook group, yeah. And we've stayed very compliant on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think too, it helps like reading other people's posts, like especially in the Mix and stuff like that. Like, it's like, okay, that's a good way to word it, you know, because obviously they have to stay compliant. So watching them to describe a certain supplement or, you know, certain oil, you know, kind of gives you an idea of how to describe that oil or supplement to other people too.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a little bit on compliance. And like I said, there's an entire chapter in the game plan book that'll really walk us through that as we keep going. But we wanted to touch on it since now's the time where we're starting to promote our first class. And we want to make sure as we're putting those posts together that we're sharing it compliantly so we don't get our accounts flagged for compliance. So I am going to take a sec and share with you my screen so you can see some of those resources that I was mentioning. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so if you go to Google Chrome,
honey, that is straight vanilla. No.
He just got my whole bottle of homemade vanilla extract, and he's like, "Can I have this?" He thought it was a drink.
Can he what it?
He thought it was a drink. He wanted to drink
Oh,
extract. Because I have it in a huge.
sure, take a swig. Tell me what you think.
Because I made it, so I just took like 20 vanilla beans and stuck them in a bottle of vodka.
That sounds really good.
Well, yeah, for baking. Tiny amount. Anyway, okay, so if you go to Google on Chrome, so if you have the Chrome extension, that's what we're looking at. So you just do Google Chrome extensions. And it'll take you to the Chrome store. That'll be one of the first things that's on there. And these are the ones that I use all the time. So the first one is Screencastify.
Does this cost anything, Lindsay?
Screencastify is free. Oh, I forgot my N.
Okay, free. I like free.
Free in the first 10 minutes. And I do a lot of videos that are longer than 10 minutes, but I just do 10-minute clips, and then I stick all those clips into Movie Maker and splice them all together. So that's my way of getting around that. But this is Screencastify, and all of your extensions that you add on will show up top here. So I don't know if I hit that button, does that cover y'all up?
No.
You can still see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically you just hit that button, and then you get to choose what you want it to do. So you can have it with your picture in the bottom corner, which most of my videos, it's me talking in the bottom corner. So they can see me, it's more personal. Or if you don't want to be seen and you just want to talk, like I did this last class, because I was literally reading my script and I didn't want to see, that I didn't want them to see me reading it. Then you can uncheck the webcam and they won't be able to see you. So I'll just show you kind of how this works. But you just click record desktop and you select what you want them to see. And when you hit share, it'll give you a little countdown. Oh, of course it's not going to work. Well, it should give you a countdown. I have not restarted my computer, so it's not going to capture on my webcam. But anyway, it'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then it'll start recording your screen. And when you hit stop sharing, then it'll pop up your video, and you can see the video and edit, and it's really cool. You can upload straight to YouTube from there, which I have had so many people, random people, message me on Facebook saying, "I love your YouTube channel."
Really?
I did not even mean to have a YouTube channel. It's just all the little things that I record. It's easier for me to upload it to YouTube and post it on Facebook than it is for me to wait all that time for it to actually upload the video. So I have an accidental YouTube channel that apparently people like. So that is one of my favorite tools. And then another one is ColorZilla. And ColorZilla is really awesome. And so I'll just give you a quick tutorial on that. Let's say I just want to go grab a picture. And I'm going to find one that has a background here, because that's typically, well, we'll do this one. So introducing the new premium starter kit. Well, if I want that picture, but I want to put something else in it, I'm going to, I'll put it in Publisher so y'all can see how I actually do it. But if I want that picture, but I want to put something else, or I want to take away the introducing, I've got to match that exact same color. And by having that extension, I go up here. This is my little ColorZilla icon once you've added it to Chrome. And then I go, see how it changed my cursor to a cross? Now if I click it there, it saves that color. So when I look at it and I see what my color picker was, now I can go over here. Let me move that so you can see the picture. And if, let's say, maybe I'm going to cover it up with a box. Okay, I'm just going to put a box over top of it. Well, that box is not the right color. Well, if I go and change the more fill colors, then I can see, if you look right here, the RGB, I'm going to change my R to 221, 202, 230, and now that box is the exact same color as that background. So you would never even know that it was there. So that's a fun little way to edit a lot of people's graphics when you're kind of borrowing them from somebody else, but you wanted to put your own stamp on there.
Lindsay, we should talk about Lori Gordon and Oil Revolution Design.
Yeah.
Because that may be something that people might be willing to pay for. How much did you say it was per year?
It's $55 for the year.
A whole year.
Yeah.
Could you share some of your graphics with us so everybody can see her? She does beautiful graphics.
Yeah.
So if you're not into making your own graphics, don't worry, because it's already done for you, and that's a reasonable price, especially if you're going to do a lot of Facebook posts and social media posting.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a graphic for just about everything, right, Lindsay?
Yes, she does. I'm logging into my account so I can show you. Yeah, it's really, really good. And typically, I find most of my really good stuff from here under the monthly graphic or the vault. And so we'll just look at some of the monthly graphics that they have right now. But the nice thing is it puts your member number and everything on there. So this is a class that I'm getting ready to put together, Mom and Baby. But she has all of the information already here, and they're just really, really stinking cute. So she's highlighting here all kinds of different things for mom and baby, and then it puts your name on there. But let's say, for example, you didn't, let's see, let me delete that picture out. Maybe you saw my graphic and you wanted to use it, and you didn't know, why is that not letting me do it? Maybe it's not letting me, I don't know. Okay.
Are you trying to show us how to cut your name off there?
I was going to show you that color picker again. So this is what I do when I find some good graphics online that have, like I said, have people's stuff on it. Then I kind of steal it. It's so horrible.
You don't have to worry about any kind of copyright issues?
I probably do, but
yeah, that's probably, yeah. It might
because
not
I mean,
do that.
I work in a publishing department during of my job, and that's a big thing. Just people going and just grabbing stuff off the internet, thinking they can use it for whatever.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
There you go, Linz.
Right. Well, yeah,
I won't take your stuff, Lindsay. I'll go get my own subscription.
Get your own stuff.
I won't steal your stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, she has really cute graphics. I like her graphics of the kit.
Yes.
Can you show us some of those, Lindsay?
Sure.
I didn't know you were going to do a mom and baby class.
Well, I just found this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it together as an online class.
Oh, okay.
Because all of the graphics are kind of lend themselves to being online.
Yeah. Those look like really cute graphics. So you're going to invite all of your mama friends and all your pregnant friends?
Mm-hmm. I know. I just tagged, those are the oils. Premium starter kit. So she's got some really just crisp graphics. Can you take her out? Take her out. Really crisp graphics on the starter kit, and all different starter kits.
Yeah. And see, I like this because sometimes it's really hard to find really good pictures of the kits.
Yeah. And this here,
that's a good one.
It is, and that's what I put in all the CDs that I've been making.
Okay.
So I have this on the front, and then I added my how to sign up stuff on the back. So basically, I'll show you that. My little half-page flyer here. But so I have that on the front, and then on the back side, I put all of my information on how to sign up with me. And so that way they get a little half sheet of paper with that flyer and my order information, and that's a quick way to show them how to get started, especially if we're on the go and I'm not right there with them. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, so anyway, that's some of the stuff that I really, really use all the time, seriously. But let me show you some of her other things. So this is, like I said, the monthly graphic, and she's got the promo, so you can see what the promos were for the month.
Which does, I mean, the Mix also does really good monthly promo graphics, which are free. So that's really good. I take a lot of graphics from the Mix.
Yes. The only thing is
they don't have your name on it. So.
Yep. So
that's the difference.
It personalizes it for you. And, you know, she's got some other things. This is the Canada promo for the month. So they got some good stuff.
Wow.
Haven't quite figured out why the promos are different in different countries. Do you know why? Maybe just stock, making sure it's not, you know, taking everything out of stock.
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it. Okay, here's the vault. So this is where I got my oils and dogs class that I did online. They had a Valentine's Day class. This is all about sleep and being healthy in the new year. So that came out, you know, right around New Year. She has make and take labels and recipe cards, all kinds of graphics here. I'm going to do an oil and dudes class, oils for dudes, or however that looks like. But, you know, just she has stuff in there that's pre-ready. So if you're doing Facebook classes, or if you're wanting to make a PowerPoint for your class, a lot of this stuff is really good. And, honey, I can't help you right now. I'm in the middle of something. You just have to keep pushing the button. This summer fun. These are just really cute, fun graphics, basically. And she's got recipes, invitations. But, you know, just something fun. And that'd be a nice way to add something to a Facebook group or, you know, whatever you're doing. So, yeah, that's Oil Revolution Design as far as the membership is concerned. But they also have the shop, and this is where I get all of my little booklets. And I do put a booklet in every welcome packet. And I have
that would be good to look at.
Yeah, I have the bigger booklets that I keep in a binder. And so, yeah, here are some of her things. So you've got the small starter guide, so you can get 25 of the little booklets for $20. So that's a really good way. And what I do typically is I teach my class. Well, I haven't taught a class since we've done Gameplan. But typically, up until this point, I would teach a class straight from that book. And they would just flip along, and we would go through all of the stuff in that booklet. And then if they bought the kit that night, I would let them take it home. If they didn't buy the kit, then they had to turn the booklet back in. And this is the exact same book, but it's bigger. And so you get 25 for $31. Totally your preference. It's the exact same thing. I like the smaller ones because I get more bang for my buck. And then you've got these trifold brochures, which are really good. And you might have seen these before, I don't know, but I use those anytime I'm doing a vendor show or when we did speed oiling. Gavin, honey, can you shut that door? So yeah, I had those there. So if I know a lot of people are coming and I need to give them information, but I can't spend $1 a person on, those little booklets, then I get these brochures. Cause like I said, you're getting, I think it's 100 of them for $18.
Okay. 100. What's in that little trifold, Lindsay? Oh, well, there's a picture.
Yeah. So yeah, it says 100 brochures. It's $18. So it's a little preview of the diffusers down at the bottom. The oils that they swap out if something's out of stock.
Okay, so it's pretty much the starter kit.
Yeah, it's only the starter kit.
In the game plan, Sarah talks about, have we gotten to that part yet? I don't think we've gotten to that part yet.
About
what she gives everybody. She makes sure that everybody leaves her class with a little organza baggie with a picture of the starter kit, a sample. She said like ColorZilla pain relief cream. That's just what she chooses to do. And was there something else? Oh, a business card. Yep. So we need to be thinking about that as we're planning for our classes. What we're going to have people walking away with. Mm-hmm. And we don't have to spend a lot of money at all. But I like this idea of the trifold. So it talks about different uses for each oil, right?
Let me go grab one of mine real quick and I'll tell you exactly what it says.
Yeah. Try and find the spot in here where she talks about what she gives everyone.
Yeah, you definitely have to have something for them to take home. So.
Yeah, and I like these brochures because I have seen them at Lindsay's house before, and they're very good quality. Uh-huh. And the fact that you get 100 for $18,
that's really good.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way, especially for starting out.
Yeah, definitely.
And I ordered my business cards actually through Young Living, and they turned out really, really nice. And they were not very expensive. I think I paid maybe upper 30s or maybe $40 for 250. And they're really good quality. Do I have any here?
Okay, so here's the here. Let me stop sharing the screen real quick so you can see it. But this is the front, and then on the inside, you've got the picture of your starter kit, and then you have a really short little description of the oils. It really doesn't tell anything about uses.
But they're going to learn that in the class, and that's why you designed the worksheet. They're going to be writing down their uses.
Exactly. And then it tells a little bit about the other extras that come in the kit and the flex oils. So you've got that, and then on the back they have, the Seed to Seal logo and a little bit of information. And on the very back, they show you the other starter kit options. So
that's perfect.
Yeah,
I say, for all of us starting out, we should order those.
Yeah, that's a good investment. Yeah.
Yeah, and then paperclip a business card. I ordered these through Young Living's website. You can't really see it too good, but I like it because it's matte on the front and then glossy on the back. And you can pick different pictures. This is just what I chose, but I was very excited about the quality. It feels really professional, and I don't feel like it was very expensive. So if you just took that little trifold, paper clips, a business card, and then you're all set to have something to give everybody when they leave your class.
Yeah, and this is the size of the bigger book, and this is literally what I do so that people don't take it home, and y'all don't have to. But I've got these little tiny notebooks, and I hole punched it so that they're not going home with it because they know that this notebook obviously is not theirs to take. And then over time, I ordered some of the other brochures that they had because I know nobody's going home with it. So it's a one-time kind of investment. And I just hole punched
And
it.
they are really cute. People do seem to like those. They like flipping through it.
Yeah, especially while they're waiting for class to get started.
Yeah.
And then I made my business cards on Vistaprint. And this was just a template, but I covered up their little thing with my Seed to Seal logo. And then I put a picture of the starter kit on the back. So you can make your own. You can buy one of the pre-made ones.
I don't know how to do stuff like that, so I just chose to. So it's good that you have either option. If you enjoy doing stuff like that, Lindsay loves making her own stuff. Me, I'm just like, I'll just order it and have somebody else do it. But yeah, it's nice that you can, whatever suits you best.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsay will help you if you want help, because she loves helping.
Yep, that's kind of my thing. So
she digs.
Yes, and so on that note, I don't know if either of you watched my little class that I did last night online, if you watched the replay of it.
I watched a chunk of it.
Okay. Well, the PowerPoint that I used, it's all based on Sarah's game plan script. So if you want that PowerPoint for yourself, I am happy to give it to you, and all you'll have to do is delete out my story and replace it with your story. So that was the only part that obviously you would need to customize. And then we've got that worksheet now. So that's printable. Yes, I know.
And you did a great job on that, Lindsay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have you seen it, Sherry?
No, I haven't looked at it yet. I'll make a note for that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll show it to you real quick since we got like a minute left.
Okay.
But it's super.
It gives them something to do, while the class is going on. It gives them some blanks to fill in, just to keep them like engaged.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the front of the sheet.
And this is straight from Sarah's script. So if you read Sarah's script, they'll be able to answer all these questions.
Yeah, and it follows the same template too. So it's not out of order. It goes.
Oh, yeah, good.
And then on the back side would just be a place for them to take notes on the individual oils and nature red. So that's
good job.
Our little worksheet.
Looks nice.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's just something that I hope is helpful for you guys. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
about that.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys, we're less than a minute, so I
might not be able to get on tomorrow night because we're moving tomorrow, and it's gonna be crazy.
We're not doing Fridays.
Huh?
Remember,
we're not.
We're just doing Monday through Thursday.
Okay, awesome. Okay, great. So next time y'all see me, I'll be in my new house.
Woo!
I'm excited.
I've got to be at my mom's house at 9 o'clock in the morning to help them move because my parents are moving tomorrow.
That's right. Okay, so everybody be praying.